Then you work with is it Mr. Botts? He doesn't have much of a speaking role at the lectern, but he had, I think, one of my favorite moments in trial where Glanville was just laying into him, and he was just like, "Well, that's fine, sir."
All right, Your Honor, we started this whole fiasco out with whether the state knew that Mr. Copeland was going to take the Fifth Amendment when he took the stand, and if so, was that proper or improper to put him up on the stand, knowing that they were going to.
You have to speak up, sir. If you could hold the microphone, it'd probably be better.
That he was going to assert the Fifth. And I know that they did know that he was going to take the Fifth because I heard it said outside right before I walked into court. I even said the officer.
Then why didn't you, as an officer of the court, tell me before we took his testimony?
I told Mr. Steele.
No. Why didn't you, as an officer of this court, tell me?
Well, then that's my.
I got a problem with you now.
Well, that's fine. I mean.
I got a problem with you now.
Well.
I would suggest you don't say any more.
I've already said it.
I know that, sir. And the problem is you should have told me. If that were your case, then you just made an argument we didn't even need to have, because I could have certainly asked him based upon your proffer. Now you want to have it both ways. You can't do that.
Your Honor, I thought the state knew that,
and that's not what the point is. The point is, you as an advocate, is you should have told me. Both sides have an equal responsibility under the rules of professional responsibility.
Okay, as long as we're both responsible, that's fine.
All right, have a seat, sir. Thank you.
Sir.
I'm almost ashamed to have gone this far without mentioning Mr. Botts. Mr. Botts sits next to me, so I often don't think of him as one of the other attorneys, because I almost view him as me in some ways and kind of connected to him. But Mr. Botts is very important and very much appreciated by myself and by Shannon. So. Yeah, definitely. People, I think they started calling him YSL grandpa or something, but Mr. Botts is the man, and I appreciate him. And he's another. I didn't know Mr. Botts personally before this case, so he's another person that I met through this process. He bought a very thoughtful gift for my son that he loved, and he always wants to do things with us. So he's a big part of this, and we appreciate Mr. Botts too.
I kind of, when I first started covering trials, you learn that Skadden Arps is doing the defense, and they have like 10 associates sitting in the gallery, and they don't look like they're doing anything, and maybe they're not, but they are doing a lot after the trial. They're helping with all the filings, they're listening to everything, and they're participating in the strategy meetings. Is that what Botts is doing? I mean, we don't hear from him in trial, but afterwards he's talking to you about everything that he heard strategy wise.
Yeah, Mr. Botts is always someone to run things by, and the other thing is it's not only legal stuff. Sometimes people say, "Oh, Max, people are picking on you, this or that." I've done things wrong during this trial, and Mr. Harvey, Bruce Harvey, and Mr. Botts, who have the experience, they've looked at me and said, "Max, chill out. Max, relax." And so I got those two on each side of me that are always keeping me straight and giving all of us guidance. So we appreciate them as well.
Great. Well, hey, thank you so much. This was great. I think we could just talk forever, but I think you've probably got other things to do. There's a lot of work to be done, and hopefully we can catch up later when there's some developments. I know everyone's so interested in this case, and I had to kind of get on somebody on Twitter last night because obviously there is a lot of other stuff going on in the world, but This is an important case, and it's just people who aren't interested in rap or, are just obsessed with the fact that the defendant's name is Young Thug don't seem to understand like the implications of this case for the criminal justice system. So I think anything we can do to, keep shedding light on it is good. Even
if we're not going to get this right, then we're certainly not going to get it right for, someone that's not a celebrity where the cameras aren't on the trial the whole time. So yeah, we need to get this right.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you. I'm going to make sure I tell Doug that you said that this was a far more interesting interview than you had with him. I'm going to make sure I tell him
some horrible things to say about him. Yeah. So, well, great. Well, hey, thank you so much, Ed. Shaq Kokomo. Good luck on the LSAT. You're going to nail it. Keep us updated if you can.
Thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That was great.